So I just saved the locust. I remember when I was writing in the book, I was talking about saving a moth, and I said if it was a locust, I'd probably pass it by because locusts aren't pretty like the moths. So glad I see things different. Much bigger meaning to those musings than just a bug. Mankind does it as in general. Oh, dude, sorry. My bad. I dumped him. He didn't quite make it up to the shore. Here, let me help you out, man. Here. Oh. Let me get you. There you go. You're up on the rock now. Draw your wings and fly, my friend. Yeah, people make such divisions for so many different reasons. Every human being is just a human being. Someone's child. But it's so hard for the world to see that. That's how our Creator sees it, though. It's kind of odd. This river is so deep now. I thought I'd see a lot more eagles. And actually, the opposite has happened. I've seen less and less wildlife. I mean, obviously all the herons would want to hang out in the shallower water and just stand there and pick off fish. But I thought there'd be a lot more fishing birds down here where the waters were deeper. This is about, I don't know, probably around 12 miles into it or so. And for the last, I don't know, 2 miles, I haven't seen a whole lot of anything. It's misting a little bit, but the headwinds have died down, so that's a blessing. Nowhere near as big of a blessing as this water is, though. If I drop a paddle right now, let's see. Nope, I just buried the paddle. So that water it's deep. A lot of islands on this river too. It's always fun, changes things up. Try to gamble which side to take. I picked one that was good. The second one that I picked, I think I picked the wrong side because I was dragging in quite a few spots. I don't think I have to worry about this now though. On this stretch of the river, I don't know when it'll change, if it'll change, but I'm hoping not because I'm finally picking up some time. Should be able to get to the campsite before dark. Because those are the three options. Get to the campsite before dark, paddle in the dark, or pick a tree, pick a couple of trees shy of that camp spot at dark and add the mileage to the next day, which I don't really want to do. I want to get this big day out of the way, and tomorrow is only like a 27-mile day. I think I'm going to take the right side. I was wondering when I was going to see a pontoon boat. This water's been deep now for miles. And with all the collection of those boats there, I'm guessing it must be some kind of marina or something. The phone needed charge, so I put it inside the electronic box, plugged into one of the battery packs, or else I'd pull up Google and see exactly what the story is behind it. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 or 8 boats. So I doubt it just happened to be that all those neighbors live right next to each other and all of them have a pontoon boat. Making up time, I'm almost back to that 3-mile-an-hour pace, so should be good to hit the campground before dark if I continue to have deep water. So that was a relief. I was really starting to worry about that. Those first few miles, probably the first 5, I don't know. Low water, picking routes, dragging, walking the boat over the riffles. But the eternal optimist in me just kept thinking it would get better. And fortunately, it did. So probably about, I don't know, 13 or 14 miles now from Pontiac Park where I put in. Never did see another otter, but tell you what, I saw piles of clamshells up on the bank. It just made me wonder if an otter didn't leave those there. What else did I see the first of? Oh, the first and only turtle I saw drop off a log when I was skimming along the bank, just seeing what I could see. So I guess now I'll be closer to the shore instead of out in the middle, now that I know there's a possibility of boats being around. Good thing about it is Friday, so mostly everybody's probably at work. So I wonder what Ricky's doing right now. He is on a 2-week vacation with one of his buddies, and they were going through the Rocky Mountains, and I think basically car camping at different spots. Or no, they had a base camp, and they would be heading out. Mr. Pterodactyl. Heading out from the base camp, doing different things. I think he said part of it was they were doing a day or two with ATVs going through the Rocky Mountain area. So that'd be pretty interesting. Mountain views are breathtaking. Well, this is a big, old, wide river now, but I still have not seen a single boat. Oh, speaking of boats, all those pontoons that were on the camera, it wasn't a marina per se. There were spots along the riverbank. 1 or 2 of them actually were small houses, and the others were like tow behind campers and stuff. So I don't know if they just owned that little space right there so that they could have a dock, put their boats in the water and enjoy the water, or exactly what the setup was. But I actually saw another pair of bald eagle there right by that area, up in some trees. And then I got a couple miles down and saw this huge trash dump on the side of the river by this little house. I can't believe that no one has ever seen that and reported it to them, or maybe they did, but they just couldn't prove that that guy actually did it. And it cost a few $1,000s to clean it all up, so nobody's done anything about it. None of it was coming down into the river yet, but it's just a dirtbag kind of eyesore. I'm about halfway through the paddle now, probably about 1:45, so I've been able to make up good time since the river bottom dropped, and I'm able to actually paddle instead of portaging dams and dragging over top of rock ledges and what have you. So I'm hoping to be to the campsite around 7:30, which is a huge relief. So hopefully I'll be able to stick to the plan. From there, bounce up to the Toledo Rowing Club tomorrow. for Angie to pick me up. And I'm hoping that I camp next to a camper or two that has some big, huge hamburgers and hot dogs, everything on the grill, because I could really smash a couple cheeseburgers after this paddle, I'm sure. So not a whole lot of wildlife, pretty sparse now. Don't know what made the big change, why that is. Maybe just heavily populated areas right on the other side of all these trees. So this is a little over 16 miles, maybe closer to 17 miles from Pontiac Park. But it looks like a really nice boat launch there. I don't know what that bridge is up ahead. But if you wanted to do an overnight camp on this river and not do the 32 miles that I'm going to do today, you could cut that distance in half, put in at that launch, and paddle down to the campground I'm staying at is Thurston State Park Campground. But there's a couple that are real close by there, so it'd be a nice way to spend the entire day on the river, and then have a campground there. Could even push on the next day and find a takeout farther up the river. Of course, you'd have to go around that dam that's right there at the Thurston State Park area. But I'm sure the portage there would be much easier than the one that I did. I hope, anyways. I guess I'll find out when I get there. Definitely a little more civilization now.